Dialogue. They make history.
George, how are you going on with the assignment from our history professor?
Not bad. I've collected lots of material about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. After going through so many books in the library, I've come to realize he's really somebody of his time.
Of course he is. For more than a decade, as this country's prominent civil rights leader, he has helped transform this country through nonviolent protest. He won the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts.
He has won two huge victories in the civil rights struggle. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 that voted against discrimination in housing, government, and the workplace, and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that outlawed segregation in U.S. schools and public places.
No doubt that he's widely admired by millions, but he was also detested and feared by many whites.
Sure, his life was in constant danger, but he never gave up.
It's a shame that we lost him at such a young age, at 39 years old. Can you tell me something about his death? I haven't done any research on that part yet.
Okay, on April 4th, 1968, King was in Memphis, Tennessee. That evening, he was preparing to lead a peaceful march of striking sanitation workers who were seeking better wages. When standing on the balcony of a motel, he was hit and killed by a single rifle shot, fired from the window of a nearby boarding house. King's death was met by mourning and rage. Hundreds of American cities burned in the days following his assassination. And then the president had to appeal for calm.
You've done pretty well about his death.
I've also found his last speech delivered the night before his death. I see the promised land. Listen, I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Well, that's great. I've listened to his famous speech, I Have a Dream, but I'm afraid Dr. King's dream is unfinished. What would Dr. King think if he knew that so many young people, especially blacks, were dropping out of school? According to national statistics, blacks drop out at double the rate of their white counterparts. What would Dr. King think about blacks dying of homicide at 6 times the rate of white Americans? What would Dr. King think about the stunning number of African Americans in jail?
It seems we still have a long way to go before truly completing the mission of ensuring equality for all people in this country. And no one should be judged by the color of their skin, as Dr. King once instructed us.
Anyway, I'm sure we've found enough about Dr. King to impress our history professor.